Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 4. I have a 21-year-old, I have
Uh-huh.
a 14-year-old, 13-year-old girls,
Uh-huh.
and an 8-year-old son.
Oh, goodness, you're busy.
Well, they're with my mom
Uh-huh.
right now. Today I got a housing. I applied about a year ago. I was like struggling with my I have bipolar, and I have schizoaffective too. Because what happened in my life is I never did drugs before, but I was 23 years old and I tried marijuana, and it was in a bong.
Uh-huh.
You know, I've ever heard of those.
Yeah.
And it had like something laced in it, and
something else in it.
like PCP or embalming fluid, which I think is the same kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It put my mind like really.
It was bad for you.
Yeah, I got really paranoid, and it's like there's a song by Brian McKnight called "The Day the Earth Stood Still," and it was like that day. It stood still for me because everything was going in slow motion, and it was just like, whoa, like a new sense of reality, because it was nobody should ever try PCP because it messes something in your brain.
Your brain's mess. Yeah.
But
does anybody else in your family have that?
Yes, my dad. My dad had it, and then some of my aunties on my mother's side have some kind of.
How about your kids?
It hasn't come out yet. I tell them to not take drugs.
Oh, because it'll trigger it.
It will trigger it, and it really will trigger it because their dad has bipolar. Like that's what I was trying to tell you. I met him in October of I would say it had to be 96, because my dad died in June of 96. In October I got sick again. I went to Denver General, and he happens to be Lakota Sioux and Hispanic, and it was like he was in a room and I was in one room, and I'm really spiritual, and I was singing spiritual hymns, gospel music, and he heard me and he said I sounded. It's not like I have the best singing voice, but he liked my voice, and so it was like he was into the seclusion room. I really liked him a lot. He was really nice to me and stuff, and he can understand our bipolar because he had it since he was 16. So it was too quick into the relationship, but my mom knew I really liked him. So
did you worry about having enough money to support the kids? Or?
I was with my bipolar. Well, we had SSI and SSDI. So when so what was is my SSI and his SSI, he was getting it in his father's name, and from his father's work income.
Gotcha.
And I had worked enough. I stopped working at 23 when I got the bipolar, but I had worked. They were really surprised that I had as much in there. It's not like a whopping lot, but there be people that be 55 and they get about 1,900. Well, I right now get about almost 800. But it's not a lot. But if you're on food stamps, if you're on, you can make it work.
Right.
You can make it work. And there's things I could do to, if I don't want to just be on the system, because I'm with the MHCD, they have what they call a 2 Succeed program, and it helps you get back in the workforce. And slowly I can get to that. What happened one time, this is when I really got really depressed, because one time my girls, I would put the baby, because I was just heavily medicated, put her in the crib, and that's when I realized that it was just hard, with the house. I put her in the crib, and let's see, I would put crackers in there. I change her diaper, and I have a bottle. And one time they got into the cabinet, and
the kids did?
They got in the cabinet, and they were cracking eggs because I couldn't feed them, And so then, so what happened? I don't know. I think somehow social service got involved, and so they gave them to my mom.
Your kids?
They gave
the 3 of them?
Yeah. Well, see, what happened was, I got really depressed and stuff, and I drank liquid Drano.
Oh.
and it closed up it started.
You're trying to kill yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I started getting sick. I couldn't eat, and it hurt in my stomach because it had went through my intestines. And so it finally ended up closing up my throat, and I got really, really tiny, like 80 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Because you couldn't eat?
Because I couldn't eat because it had closed up the
throat. Yeah.
And so they had to come get me. And Brian and the only thing, what I did, I turned to, I had no other hope. So I was dying. I always grew up in the church, and I told Jesus I can't do this by myself.
Right.
So I was like, actually I was driving and it was weird. It's like that song by Carrie Underwood called Jesus Take the Wheel.
Oh, I like that one.
I was driving and it was like the wheel kind of moved after I asked him into my heart, and it was like it kind of moved, and that was him. To me, that was him showing me that I'm here. He was carrying me anyway, but I didn't know that. I'm too busy, and doing all this other stuff.